Count Dracula. He was always a spooky looking nigga to me. I used to get goosebumps sitting there watching him bite peoples on the neck and, you know, them feasting for blood and drinking blood out of the cup and, you know, looking at all these, you know, movies. You could hear him coming out of the coffin. You could hear the creaking of the coffin like, it just used to give me chills up my spine, you know. And, you know, the home for the great Count was Transylvania, Romania. And they still celebrate that city as being the home of Count Dracula in real life. Anyhow, I met my first vampire in 1994. He used to sit around and brag about eating girls out on their period, pulling the tampon out and diving face first. He even told me one time, you know, he took pictures of himself while he looked like the Joker with blood all around his mouth or whatever. And sometime I used to walk up to him to greet him and his mouth just smelled like ass and throw up. And I'm like, bro, man, what's up with that, man? Oh, man, I just ate the girl out, man, on her period, man. You know, I just like it so much. They like when I do that. So I always thought it was awful. You know, when I met my first vampire on a gloomy night, like, wow, just thinking about it. And we went to this hotel and, you know, we checked in, nice hotel, you know, and we got straight to it. We handling that business. And, you know, when you hear that little, you know, you thinking it's good. Everything good. So we went there. You know, we bust down heavy. I got up and turned the light on. The bed looked like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm like, man, what's this, man? Man, look at me, man. What's going on with all that, man? I ain't know. I thought it was going off. You must have knocked it back on. And then I'm like, man, you come on, man. You can't. Man, look at this, man. Man, I'm talking about, man, these people gonna charge me $900, man, for what you done to the bed. Oh, I'm sorry. I was so horny. I wanted to do it. I thought it had went off, but you must have knocked it on. Oh, my goodness, man. So after that situation, I started paying close attention to that because some girls like they cherry pop like that. You know, it's about going off. I'm just spotting a little bit. Come on, I'm so horny and da-da-da-da. They like that. But, you know, thinking about my school days, I would see girls walking around. It started during middle school. I would see girls walking around with their jacket tied around them. And then you would come into the principal office, like if you run an errand for the teacher or whatever, you come into the principal office and you notice them sitting over. With experience came the knowledge of knowing that they had got their period unexpectedly. And they was probably waiting on a parent to come or whatever. So, you know, those type of situations, you know, you saw that or whatever, but you never knew that people indulged until you actually peeped behind that curtain and got a chance to see how nasty and dirty some people were. I had this nurse I was talking to, and she was a pretty lady too. And she, you know, would just like the texts and send pictures or whatever. So one day I'm sitting there just thinking, like, you know, what's going on? She's sending me all these superhero pictures or whatever. Then all of a sudden she sent me a picture of the Joker. So she sent me 2 pictures back to back of the Joker. I'm like, what? I call her phone like, hey man, what you sending? What's the Joker about? He ain't no superhero. She said that's what me and my friends like. We like to be ate while we on our period to test your loyalty to us, to test a man's loyalty to us. I told her, I said, if you ever send that to my phone again, I'll block you. I won't never say nothing. Oh, no, I was just trying to see, you know, because you don't never know when people like that type of stuff. So I told her, don't wear no red lipstick around me. When you come to my house, I need to see turn that light on. I need to see them drawers. If them drawers got Kool-Aid in it, get out my house. I'm gonna call the police on you. Simple as that. I'm gonna call the police on you. Don't do that. If you got red lipstick on, too much of that, I might flog you. If you got on red fingernail polish and you expecting me to kiss them toes, I might get a flashback. I might flog you. Anything with red on it, I might flog you. So I just think goodness, I thank the Lord for the United States when they came up with the sanitation system. For you nasty, low down, dirty creeps that do that type of stuff, that indulge in that type of stuff. You understand? But anyhow, Bela Lugosi was the first man to make Dracula famous. And Bela Lugosi, he just looked the part. And I seen one time when I was a kid, they even had the Black Dracula, and he looked even more spookier. Looking at him with the hair on his face, and you know he wasn't clean shaven, and he had the whiskers popping out of his out the face, and he had the afro comb back with the cowlicks in his head. He looked real spooky. Well, Bela Lugosi was the one man that made actual Dracula famous in Hollywood pictures. And I like to say this, my homeboy, the first and only vampire I knew, they told me when he was a kid, he used to dress the part of Dracula as a kid when he went to go trick-or-treat. And they never knew as a kid that he would grow up to have a fetish in sucking blood.